go. In 3, 2.
3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, baby.
The beat's about to drop.
You gotta wait for it. Wait for it.
Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite part.
All right, bust the freestyle.
All right, check it out, check it out.
I'd love to hear it.
I can't freestyle, bro. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Nah, nobody's watching.
That's true. That's true. Let's hear it then.
No, not me.
Give us a freestyle.
What's up, y'all? What's up? We are back. We are back. It is your host, Christopher. Nobody calls me Christopher other than my mother, but Chris Lopez. This is my right-hand man, Mr. Annibal, the Animal.
What's up, people?
Rodriguez.
Everyone out there.
What's up,
What
y'all?
up, what up?
Hey, glad to have you guys back here on the podcast today. Looking forward to just basically shooting the shit and talking with my boy, Annibal.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
of course, you guys know what our podcast is all about. You know, basically it's about success. But, you know, a lot of times people hear success and they just assume we're talking about finances, you know, and that's not necessarily the case because you could have all the money in the world and have no women in your life. And guess what? You're going to go home depressed as shit. Okay. So that's not what you want. You could have women in your life, right? And you could have no money and, well, shit, you're going to lose those women, right? So, you know, we're going to talk about many, many things here on this podcast. We're going to talk about money, talk about relationships, talk about health, we'll talk about, you name it, basically. So, yeah, that's basically what our podcast is about. And today, Annibal and I, we're just going to basically get into really nothing. We're just going to talk and you guys are going to watch.
You guys are going to love it. You're going to be entertained. Now, you said something interesting right now. You said you can have all the money in the world, but no women, aka relationships. We're guys. You know, if we were girls, I guess we would say guys.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
if you have,
I guess.
if you have all the money in the world, but no women, you're miserable.
Yep.
What was the other part you said? If you have,
And you could have all the women, you could have women with no money, but you're going to lose those women.
oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. And what's the last part? There's got to be a third part. Your health. So it's money, wealth,
Yeah.
relationships, and
Yeah.
health. So if you
There
got
you go.
money and you got women, but you're sick, I guess it all sucks, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got to take care of yourself. I think most people sacrifice their health in the pursuit of wealth.
That's true. That's true. I know I've done it before, and it wasn't a good idea.
And then when you look at like billionaires in the world,
Yeah.
they end up using their wealth that they acquired to now take care of themselves.
Dang. Remember Steve Jobs?
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, that sucked.
Hey, shout out to Steve Jobs for the iPhone.
Hell yeah. That dude created all kinds of cool stuff.
I was thinking about yesterday. Remember when we used to use iPods?
You know what's funny?
You still have one?
No, I've never had one. Remember the Zune, Microsoft Zune? Which
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they're
That
like-
piece of shit. Yeah.
it
You
was
use
a
that?
big ass brick.
You were that guy?
I was that guy, bro. I was working at Sears in the Mall of
funny,
America
yeah.
in Minnesota, and in Bloomington, Minnesota, actually. And the first Zune came out, and I thought I was gonna be like the cool guy. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's got an iPod.
I'm different.
I'm different, girl. And yeah, it was a horrible mistake.
You know who is walking around with Zunes in 2022?
No one.
People with Androids.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Good thing I don't have one.
It's the equivalence. That's what it is. Oh, I'm not going to get
it.
an
It was
iPhone.
pretty nice, bro. It could. I remember at the time it held a lot more music than the iPod, and I've always been. A
what
big
happened
music
to
head.
it?
It's actually still in my.
No,
in
I
my
mean,
room
what
somewhere.
happened to Zune, the company?
Oh, well, I mean, it's Microsoft. They're still around, but that
Yeah, fuck
their
Microsoft.
stupid Zune never went anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what's up, dude? How's your day been?
Today, it's been an interesting day. It's been
Yeah.
busy. Fridays are always busy for me, but it's good. It's good. I'm glad to be here, shooting the shit with you, man, and seeing where this conversation is going to go. I know we kind of had an idea of what we're going to talk about today, but we didn't really know exactly where it's going to go. So talking with you is always interesting. Seeing where we bounce off ideas off each other. So I know we're going to be talking about relationships, you know, and from my experience, relationships can either bring a lot of joy in your life or they can bring a lot of misery, you know, if you pick the wrong ones. So, and I'm not saying just intimate relationships with, you know, male, female. I'm even talking about friendships, you know, family, business partnerships that go awry. So for our audience out there, you know, it is crucial to be able to build solid relationships with the right people. align yourself with the right people and, unassociate yourself with the wrong people. So let's go from there. Where do you want to start, Mr. Christopher?
I don't know. You said you want to talk about relationships. Did you just get in a breakup?
No, but I got a divorce. Is that the same thing?
That's worse.
Yeah, it's a little dicey.
You want to talk about that?
Let's see. Do I want to talk about it? Yeah, sure. Why not? What do you want to know? Ask away, bro.
Let's see. So how long ago did you have a divorce?
Man, we're getting deep now. It's actually pretty recent. My divorce was finalized in February.
Okay. Should I feel sorry for you or congratulate you?
We've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
We've said that when we think something is the worst thing that could happen to us in our lives, sometimes it's the best thing that's happened to us in our lives. Mm-hmm. And I can say that, going through that whole ordeal was not fun, and I don't recommend it for anyone, and it led to a very dark place in my life. I was dealing with a lot of, uncertainty, depression, anxiety, having panic attacks. I was kind of lost in where I was going, because when you marry someone, essentially you plan on spending the rest of your life with them, and you're on the same path. And then when that breaks up, and you're kind of on your own again, you go to your head and it's just a weird place in time, but in that darkness and in that pain, I kind of found myself, and I found my passion in life, and I found my purpose and my drive, and I found a lot of things, and it was a really, really, really big learning experience for me. So I guess I'm grateful more than anything. Now that the dust has settled, if you would have talked to me a few months ago, I probably would have been like, feel sorry for me. But now it's just like, it's water under the bridge, and it's been the biggest blessing and the biggest learning experience in my life.
That's what's up. So what you're telling me is that next Valentine's Day, you're not gonna say fuck love and be that guy, right?
Nah.
Yeah, you know how they do.
Dude, you know love. Me. I'm a hopeless romantic, bro.
Are you?
Yeah. You don't know that about me?
I mean, I guess I try to
ignore it.
Ignore that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a big teddy bear, bro. Like I tend to fall in love quicker than I should.
You know what? That is very true, actually. Yeah. Every girl that says hi to you, you fall in love with.
That's not true, but almost.
They look at you and like, oh my God, I love her so much.
Something like that, But I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But
I'm not. We love hard.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people that are bitter, And for some time, I did have a lot of anger, a lot of resentment built up in me, and it was hard. But I had to find peace within myself and forgive for any harm that was done to me, and I had to forgive myself for any harm I've done to others. And no one's perfect, but at the end of the day, there's some key indicators on what's going to make a relationship work and things that are not. And sometimes we're just kind of blind to reality and to the truth. And when we sit down, there's really no one we can blame but ourselves. Whether you've been in a good relationship or in a bad relationship, you can only blame yourself. Because you allowed certain things to happen, you aligned with the wrong people. We literally attract what is in our life, the good and the bad. So whatever happens, from my experience, to you, you did something along the way to allow that to happen, and I allowed a lot of bullshit, and that led to a bad place in my life. But now I have learned from that experience, and I'm aligning with the right people and disassociating from the wrong ones. And I feel good about the future and where I'm going.
Oh, very profound. So now we're going to head to the strip club after this. Find your next wife?
Hell yeah. No more.
You said no more.
I mean, no strippers.
Yeah, no strippers. Not as wives.
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that, fellers?
Fellers? Yeah. Yeah. So what about you, Chris? Married, single?
Me?
Ready to mingle? Not ready to mingle? What's your story?
My story about relationships. I've actually, and I got to give a shout out. I want to shout out AZD from San Jose IMC Nation. I have to. And the reason why is because this man has taught me such a tremendous amount of, he shared a lot of information and wisdom with me about relationships.
Yeah.
And so, like in my business, I have men to thank, I can thank Martinez and Gary Cornegay. They taught me a lot about finances and business and discipline and commitment and, all those attributes that we throw around. Right.
Yeah.
But AZD for sure, which actually interesting. You were the one that introduced me to AZD. That's and you also introduced me to R. Martinez. And but AZD's taught me so much about relationships.
Yeah.
A lot of things, but really relationships. And so, my take on relationships has drastically changed over the last 10 years. Yeah. And I don't know even where to begin, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, that's kind of funny now that I think about it. And a huge shout out again to Arash Zapar D-Bazar from IMC Nation. The guy's a beast, and he's actually one of my mentors as well. I mean, there's people that come into your life that maybe you don't have direct communication with them on a daily basis, but they impact your life in a huge way. Like I could even say, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a mentor of mine, and I've never met the guy, but I've read his books. I've seen all his interviews. I know his life story. And there's a lot of people like that in my life where not that I have a personal relationship with them, but I know their philosophies, and philosophies live forever. There's people that abide by the Stoic philosophies of Marcus Aurelius, from 500 BC. He has lived in infamy because of his philosophies, so you should be able in today's age to align yourself with the right people and create your own philosophy on life, have your own code of ethics and your own principles and your own thoughts. And you should be able to speak your truth to the world and be okay with that. Most leaders, have the balls to speak up about what they feel. A coward is a person that feels a certain way but never says it. But someone that's a leader and is powerful and can create a following has the guts to stand up and say, this is what I believe in. This is what is truth. This is what I believe is good. And fuck you if you don't want to be down with me, And Arash is that guy.
It's crazy you said it, bro. 100%. That's exactly what I was thinking. I look at my life today and that's exactly what I would say. I mean, you took the words right out of my mind because, he's inspired me tremendously to really speak my truth, speak what I really believe. And I find that many people, they don't do that. They pretend they do that, but they don't. I mean, look, I'm around a lot of financially successful people.
Yeah.
That they won't really speak their opinion because they're afraid that it's going to affect their bottom line.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to talk about politics because what if people don't do business with me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything about controversial topics because, what if people don't do business with you? Two things I got to say about that. Yeah. Like I said, AZD has inspired me to really get past that bullshit.
Yeah.
But number two, let's just use some common sense logic. Right. Number one, if you have an opinion about my opinion and you're not a client of mine, you don't do business with me, then why the fuck do I give a shit? You don't pay my bills. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. I don't like what you say. And you know what everybody's go-to is? That's not professional. I don't need to fucking be professional with you. Yeah. You're not my client. I don't serve you. Have you paid $1 into what I do? No, I haven't. Okay, then go fuck yourself. How about that? I don't need to be professional with you. Yeah. There's no need for it.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because we all have this idea, I have to walk around being professional, which is in a sense like, being fake. Look, I don't necessarily think that that's what professional means, and I'll get into that in just a second. And then the second thing is the people that do pay me, the people that have done business with me, they do business with me because of how good I am at what I do.
Yeah.
Not because I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat. Not because I believe in heterosexual or same-sex marriage. That's not why they do business with me.
Yeah.
So, I really thought about that, man. And I was like, why the fuck am I afraid? How about this one? Why am I afraid to cuss? Because that's not professional. To who?
Yeah.
So the motherfucker that's not paying me? Why do I care?
I mean, something that, I was a sales trainer for many years at a gym. And I mean, I guess in everything I did, I've been in sales for a very long time. And one thing that I teach everyone is you have to always be genuine and you have to calibrate your communication to your audience. So yeah, maybe there are certain times where being extra and using cuss words isn't appropriate for that specific
of course, yeah.
situation,
Mm-hmm.
but you should never hide who you are. You should never censor yourself. You should calibrate your communication to your audience. So if I'm talking to Chris, or if I'm talking to, the president of the United States, or if I'm talking to a nun, I'm going to calibrate my communication to each person, but I am who I am regardless.
Yep.
And one thing that, you made me think about too, is that whenever you stand up and you speak your truth and you speak what you believe and you stand up for it and you have courage, it's a good thing, but most people think it's a negative thing. Is that the people around you are going to stand up and they're going to expose themselves for either being for you or against you.
100%.
And sometimes it's a hard thing because the people that are against you are your best friends, your family, your neighbors, your cousins, your friends. And you're like, shit, I thought you were for me, but I just stood up. I told you my truth. And now you're against me.
Let me interject real quick.
Go for it.
Okay. Therefore, the person you were faking to be.
Or it could be who they think you are.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. They think you're somebody else because that's who you've been pretending to be.
Yeah.
And the moment that you come out and you say, well, actually, I believe this. Actually, how about this one? I love Donald Trump because of how controversial he's become. Right? I mean, first of all, I've been alive for 29 years, going on 30.
Yeah.
Right? Never in my lifetime have I seen really any of my family members give a shit about politics until Donald Trump came in the picture.
Yeah.
And if you happen to stand up and be like, I actually support Donald Trump, all of a sudden everybody's attacking you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a racist. Really? I'm a racist? Me, I'm a racist? You're a misogynist. Oh, really? Okay. All right. You're a this, you're a that. Okay. Why do you say that? Because you support Donald Trump.
Yeah. A lot of times when people use those trigger words, they're just trying to censor you. Like I said, they're trying to prevent you from speaking what you believe in because they want to assert power over you.
Yeah.
They want you to sit down and shut up. And the beautiful thing about the United States is we got something called, freedom of speech. You can say what you believe and we can vote on it. And that's a beautiful thing. So if I believe something and you believe something different, we can talk about it. And then we can make our case. And at the end of the day, we put it to vote. And whoever has a larger following, that turns into law, and that's what we follow. So I think over time things are getting better. People swear like we're in the worst time of existence, and we're really not. We're in a much safer, soft place, to be honest. And most people are turning soft because of it. They create problems where there shouldn't be any, and they're focusing on the wrong thing because it's so soft and easy. We don't live in a time where we're literally having to hunt for our food. We have to figure out how we're going to survive, how we're going to stay warm, how we're going to get, from here to there without dying,
Well, what's that saying? Strong men create good times, and good times create weak men, and weak men create bad times.
Yeah.
Something, I'm paraphrasing, but something along those lines.
Something along those lines. I've heard that before.
But you get the point of it.
Yeah.
Right. And we live in 2022 where now we have, the fucking conversations and the arguments that we have today just as a society are so fucking stupid. They're so stupid. They're just like, really, this is what we're arguing about?
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're fucking arguing about? It's just whatever, it's fucking dumb. But, going back to what you said, yeah, of course, it's funny because I talk so aggressive. Right? I do. I talk aggressive. I cuss. And I don't care. I don't. This is because if I did, I wouldn't be like this. I'd be polished and and I'd be like, oh, I would talk totally different.
Yeah.
But people, I like what you said, right? Because people can totally misunderstand that and think that's how I am 24/7. No, I also have some social acuity and I have some intelligence and I know when to speak this way and when to not. Exactly. The reason I'm very successful in business is not because I talk like this with all my clients and I talk like this with the people. No, I don't talk like this. However, when we get to talking about, just being real, being, one-on-one and we're having a conversation like we're having right now, this is how I am. And I don't care. I don't care because I also know at the end of the day, you can judge me for, oh, you cuss too much, or I can't believe you believe this, or I can't believe you that. Look, I'm a good person. And I know I'm a good person. There's no doubt about that. I know I'm a good person because I have integrity. I have morals. I have ethics. I don't want to do people dirty. I'm not shady. I mean, how many people in the world that they don't cuss? They look quote unquote professional. They speak professional. They look polished, but they're dirty motherfuckers.
Yeah, they're being exposed every day on the news nowadays.
Exactly. Politicians.
Yeah.
Politicians. And so, yeah, man, I mean, I don't know how we got into politics, but the idea was relationships.
Yeah, we did a pretty big circle there,
Yeah, but I think that the point of the conversation here is more than relationships or politics. I think it's about being genuine and being real.
Yeah. I think that's why we kind of touched on all these different subjects when initially it was about relationships, is because the main subject is being genuine with yourself and with those around you to create the life that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not living the life that you want and you're doing what other people are telling you what to do, you're just not going to be happy, and the people around you are not going to be happy, and then you're never going to truly be successful. To me, success is, yes, as a man, I want more in life.
What do you want? What do you want? When you say you want more, what do you want more of?
I want more freedom.
What does that mean?
More money. It means
okay.
I want more success. I want more of everything.
Well, why? Okay, hold on, tell me. Well, why do you want more money?
Because money is a representation of everything. As a man, we are looked at as our survival value is the most important thing. So if I do not make a certain income to be able to provide safety, security for myself and my family, I'm not a successful man.
Yeah, I would agree.
So if, for example, why is the Lamborghini more attractive than the beater?
Because it's a status symbol.
2 reasons. Yes. 1, it's a status symbol. And 2, the beater could probably break down, fucking tire explode on the freeway, and you die. It's not a safe car. I've had a lot of beaters in my life.
Well, Lamborghini's not a safe car to put an infant in either.
That's true. If you drive it like an idiot, but it's a safer car. The engine's not gonna die on you. You're not gonna have to be in the middle of the freeway, with a tire blown out.
Yeah, I get what you're saying from a practical reason.
From a practical reason, same thing. Why is the person that's muscular, genuinely speaking, more attractive than the person that's out of shape?
Because they look healthy and they look like they can protect you if you need it.
Exactly. It's a biological thing. Someone that's taller, stronger, more muscular will portray, 1, discipline. The guy can stay disciplined. 2, he can protect me. If something happens, this person is going to get out of breath and not be able to protect me. This person is looked upon as a leader, as someone that's strong. So financially, it means that you're intelligent enough to figure out the game of money, because it's literally a science. It's a game. Once you figure out the equation, you can create systems and create different sources of income. And if you're able to do that in a free society like the United States, then that shows this guy has some kind of intellect and he knows what he's doing. He knows how to interact with people. He knows how to lead people. Oh, my bad. Let me just pause this real quick. All right, sorry, I didn't have my headphones on. Yeah, I guess I do want to kind of go back and touch on how this whole thing came about. I'm thinking here, because I introduced you to both Art Martinez and I also introduced you to Arash Dibazar, which have been both mentors of mine and mentors of you. Art being one of my first mentors in business, and Arash being one of my first mentors when it came to social dynamics, relationships, both with men and women, but specifically the male-female dynamic, and how to attract the opposite sex and how to keep a relationship going, successfully. So, so I did want to talk about how that whole thing came about, because we met at 24 Hour Fitness. This was back in like
2011.
2011 has been a long time. So at the time, growing up, I was very insecure. I was a chubby little kid. I never really had any girlfriends or anything. I was very smart and I was very good with creative things. So I played music and I would, spend hours playing music in my room. And, I started touring and doing all that. And, I started working out, lost some weight, started getting attention from girls, but I had no idea what to do. I didn't know how to talk to them. I didn't know how to, they would very quickly lose interest in me. And I thought there was something wrong with me. I was very antisocial, super long hair, just like one of those goth kids, that that's very to himself, and I kind of was like that most of my childhood and into my teens. And then once I graduated from high school and moved out on my own, I came out here to California to be a rock star. I ended up getting a girlfriend, and I was with her for like 5 years, but I still had no idea about relationships, about communication, about anything. And when that ended, I never had felt heartache before, like a real breakup. And I went into like a severe depression, dude. I was like completely depressed. I remember like I was like on the floor, like crying and stuff. And like,
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was really bad. And, at the time, financially, I was in a bad position all around. My car broke down. So I remember I was like living in Upland, and I was taking the bus to Arcadia and back. I was on the bus for like 6 hours a day with like a bunch of crackheads and like crazy ass people. I was all depressed because I had gone through the breakup. And I remember just like being on the floor, just like crying, be like, man, I'm never going to feel this again. I don't ever want to feel this again. I want to understand, why that relationship didn't work and how I can attract the opposite sex, how I can be happy. I want to be loved. I'm like that hopeless romantic guy. Like I want to find love, and I want to attract the women that I believe I deserve, because before I would just settle for, whoever liked me instead of be like, oh, I like this person. Let me figure out a way to talk to her and go out on a date and, build an intimate romantic relationship. And I had zero idea what the hell I was doing. And in that pain, I made a decision like, right, that's it. I'm gonna take this on like I'm learning how to fight, so I'm gonna learn a new sport. And I purposefully started to research, how to communicate with the opposite sex, how to, interact, understanding social dynamics, understanding communication, understanding all these different topics. I was like, man, this is a whole nother world. And in that whole smorgasbord of information, I came across Arash Dibazar. And as soon as I saw his first video on YouTube, he had a very, very small following back then. This was a long time ago, but it was a whole subculture of like pickup artists and all that stuff. And something about him caught my attention where I was like, this guy's a little bit deeper than these guys that are just trying to sleep with women. And I wasn't about just that aspect. I'm a man still, but I wanted to truly find success in life, and I wanted to find happiness for myself. And I knew that I wasn't happy where I was at. And as soon as I started watching all of his videos and taking on his teachings, my life changed, dude. I started to be successful both in sales and in relationships. And it started to just climb and climb and climb. And that's when I started to almost like mentor you as well when it came to the business, because I already had some experience with it. And I introduced you to Arash, and then you took off and you did a whole, you did your whole thing, and now you're a successful person as well. But in that pain and suffering is where that change happened, and that's where most people are going to be there one day. I don't care who you are. We're all humans, and we all go through heartache. And from my experience, I have grown the most from heartache.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
From every relationship that didn't work out, I've gained so much knowledge and experience that anything could happen to me right now. The whole world could crumble and I'll be all right, because I've experienced enough suffering and pain and loss and setbacks that nothing really phases me at this point, So for people out there that are in the muck right now and are in that part where you're suffering, just keep going. And at that point, you should reach out for help to people. I hope that this podcast and just us having conversations about our life can impact other people in a positive way and help them along their journey. Because I remember being that guy that was just lost and confused and didn't know where to go, didn't have any direction. And as soon as I started hearing people talk that I resonated with, I attached to them, and I'm still attached in a sense to Art and Arash and you and everyone.
Yeah, response to that, I believe heartbreaks are the best thing that could ever happen to you, actually. So anybody watching right now, okay, you should go out there and go get your heart broken. Straight up. I'm being 100% real.
Yeah, go get cheated on.
Go get cheated on. Go have a breakup, okay? Go find out that your man's been lying to you. No, well, actually, it's a little different for women, but
yeah,
because they actually become bitter. They don't get better. They get bitter. That's 100%. We'll get into that in just a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
When women have a heartbreak, they don't become better. They become bitter. That's 100% facts. When men have a heartbreak, not always, but most of the time, they end up working on themselves and they get better. They actually get better as a man because you have learned a lot about relationships and, becoming attractive to the opposite sex and, keeping them happy. Same thing with myself. And if you really go back to the origin of that, it started from heartbreak.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was heartbreak. It was the same thing. I remember when you broke up with your girlfriend at that time. This is 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember how fucked up you were, and then it was funny because it was maybe a few years later, I got I had a breakup,
That's right. I remember now.
Yeah. And I was all fucked up too, and so then,
yeah.
You were like, hey bro, watch this shit. And so I remember seeing it and I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And it has set me on, that set me on to a whole new path. And so my beliefs on relationships, my beliefs on male and female dynamics are extremely different. And I think same thing with you. I think you and we align ourselves in that regard. But our beliefs about relationships are extremely different than just the average normal person walking around. And that's a fact. And we don't really talk about it, but I'm at a point now, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I just don't care. I know people are going to judge and people are going to say this and say that. And I really don't care. And I don't care because I've seen the most successful financial people that I've had the opportunity to touch, to even be in the same room.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see the shitty relationships that they're in.
Yeah.
And on stage, in front of people, in front of the world, they're portraying something, but behind the doors, it's a whole other thing.
That's funny you say that because I feel like there's these trigger words, that people have nowadays. Like they'll say like, oh, that's toxic masculinity. Talking about a guy that's very toxic and abusive, but it works both ways. I'm sure a lot of our audience has been following the whole Johnny Depp court case with his ex-wife and the whole ordeal with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, and toxic femininity is a word too. I think there's just people out there that because of their upbringing and because of their lifestyle, whether they're men or female, are just not good.
Listen, let me say this. In 2022, there is no such thing as toxic masculinity. This shit's not the reason why. It's not.
Yeah.
What's the reason why the world is the way it is? It's toxic femininity. That's what it is. 100%. No. And I know women are going to see this shit because they've totally been misguided. 100%. And they're on this feminist movement. First of all, fuck the feminist movement, okay? 2022, I don't give a shit about the feminist movement, straight up. Because you guys, the people that are feminists, they're not feminists. You don't appreciate a woman's feminine side. You don't. They absolutely don't. The feminist movement today in 2022 has become basically a movement of fuck the man. We want to be the man now.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And so it's totally been hijacked. 100% has been hijacked, like many other things. And it's not toxic masculinity. As a matter of fact, in 2022, we have a lack of masculinity.
That is what toxic masculinity is. It's a lack of masculinity.
There you go. So if you want to give toxic masculinity a definition, toxic masculinity should say a lack of masculinity, because there's a lack of masculinity in 2022. Women today, if you look at what society has pushed, and they've done a very successful job at emasculating the man and putting the woman on a pedestal.
Yeah.
You know, and now you have men who are afraid of their own women. I don't fucking get that.
The biggest problem with that is that no one's happy.
Nobody's happy because women don't want to lead.
Yeah.
But they want to pretend.
Yeah.
And men are not supposed to be following women. But they're fucking bitches and they don't fucking do what they have to do. And look, now I'm going to go on a totally fucking rant, dude.
Let's go,
Straight up,
Tuna.
okay? Look.
Let it rip.
Look, let me tell you something. In the last year, have really been coming out and talking about this stuff, right? And I've been getting all kinds of people, fucking haters who are ignorant. Oh, you hate women. I fucking love women, actually. I love women. But I love women who know how to be women.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, you want women to like traditional. You want a tradition, you want women to be traditional and stay home and, cook and clean and barefoot and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I don't give a fuck what that woman does. I don't. I really sincerely don't. I just want the woman. I want women to understand that your place in life is to be a woman. You're supposed to be feminine. You're supposed to be soft. Now, I also understand, look, I give women a lot of shit, but I think that men deserve even more shit.
I think the men deserve an ass whooping right now.
Absolutely, because look, and this is what I'm saying, because I've been attacked for this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you think blah, 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 blah. Look. I'm not on a women hating movement. Absolutely not. I love women. I think women need to be in a position where they can be women. But the problem is there's a lack. What I said a second ago, there's a lack of masculinity. There's not real men that are stepping up and being men and providing and protecting and doing what they need to do. And then you have all these fucking males. They're males. They're not men. They're just males.
Yeah.
And then another thing is you look at 2022 today, when people want to talk about you're not a good man. Listen, I don't care about being a good man. I don't give a shit about here's why. Because a good man is subjective to your definition. Right. What I care about is being good at being a man. That's it.
Yeah.
That's 100% it. So I don't hate women. I want to make that very clear. I love women. I'm all for women being women. And now it's interesting because I work in an industry where I see a lot of women, single women as that, and they're in positions of leadership. I'm not hating on that. Not at all. 100% not at all. I get it. If you're a woman and you go into some type of work setting, some type of corporate setting, some type of, business setting, I understand. As a woman, you kind of have to harden up and you have to, in a sense, kind of operate like a man. Because business is business and it doesn't care about your emotions or feelings. The problem is when they get home, they don't know how to turn it off.
Yeah. And
now they expect to be in a relationship with a quote unquote, because this is their words, a real man, but they want to be, this is the fucking weirdest shit. Women talking about I'm alpha. No, the fuck you're not alpha.
Most men are not alpha.
You're right, 100%. But you see what I'm saying? So it's an issue that feeds itself. It totally feeds itself. There's a lack of masculinity. There's many men out there in the world today who are not alpha. They're fucking bitches. And because of that, it's bred an entire generation of women who now had to step the fuck up and become alpha, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then these women are walking around going, I can't find a real man.
Yeah.
But there are real men out there. But I will tell you this, there's a scarcity of them.
I agree.
100%. So
we're called the 3% men.
100%. So look, I want to make it clear. 100%. I want to make it clear. There is a scarcity of men. And men, you need to get your fucking shit together. You need to fucking lose some weight. You need to make some more money. You need to stop acting like a fucking girl all the time. Okay? And you need to do what you need to do. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
And as women, You need to find a man like that. But now here's the deal, though. Both genders deserve an ass whooping. There's women that don't understand this, and they don't like. There's men that don't understand this. Like, I don't understand. Hey, it is what it is, but I don't understand a man that's playing fucking PlayStation all day. I don't get that. I don't want to get that. I think, what the fuck are you doing? Okay?
It's childish.
It's very childish. You should be making money. You should be going out there and acquiring power and wealth and, you know, and basically trying to conquer. I think at the essence of a man is somebody who wants to conquer.
Yeah, the masculine energy, if you will, is about, you know, penetrating, about acquiring, about expanding, growing.
Yeah.
And biologically speaking, a female's energy is receptive,
nurturing,
you know, nurturing to nurture and take care of what the man brings in.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so the man provides the safety, the protection, the castle, and then the woman inside the castle nurtures it, makes it a home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, makes it a safe environment for the man to come home and relax and be at peace.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's completely opposite nowadays, where the man goes and comes back and just he's miserable, you know, and females are miserable. And like you said, both are to blame, because we're not in alignment with our biology, and we're not in alignment with what should be the right way.
You know who I think's to blame? The government.
Everybody blames the government for everything. I'm tired of blaming the government, bro.
Nah, fuck the government, okay? I hope we overthrow the government, okay?
Well, we are the government.
No, but here's the deal, okay? We're not the government. No, we're not. Okay, look. The government are the elite people in the world that control shit, okay? They control media.
You know that most people are stupid as fuck?
Yeah, I know that.
So,
but hold on.
Most people need to be led.
Okay, I understand that, but they're being led the wrong way.
I agree, 1,000%.
Okay, then I might fucking, hey, you ever seen Caso Cerrado?
Caso Cerrado.
There you go. Okay. You said I blame the government because the government is what controls what society fucking pushes. Yeah. And so then you're right. Most people are stupid and we're being led in the wrong fucking direction. And so you have women who have been taught, be a man. You have men who have been emasculated and told, be a bitch. And now both of them are looking at each other going, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. They're both unfucking happy. Yeah. And then they go, oh, fuck, there's no real men. And then the men are like, there's no real women. First of all, you need to go look in the mirror and fix yourself.
That's the answer.
100%.
That's the answer.
See, there you go. That's why you tuned in today. You understand that? Everybody out there, that's why you tuned in today.
Christopher, that's the freaking answer. We all have to look at ourselves and change what we can change. You can't change the other person, but you can change yourself. You know, one thing that I do want to talk about is, you know, what is masculine? What is feminine? I know we touched a little bit on it. What are the attraction mechanisms for both? You know, so from your experience, what would you say a man is and what a woman is?
A man is somebody who can provide and protect. Number one and two, provide and protect. Yep. If you can't provide because you ain't got no money, okay, and you can't protect, hey, you don't deserve the woman.
That's true.
You don't. You absolutely don't. You need to get off your bum ass and you need to go do some shit. Because we live in 2022 where there's too many opportunities. You have YouTube. You can teach yourself shit. I don't know why you're sitting on your ass doing nothing, fucking playing games, eating fucking chips. Okay? You need to get off your ass. So I think provide and protect, okay? So what makes a man attractive? From a biological standpoint, what makes a man more attractive? Women don't even really think about this because they're not thinking about this consciously, but it is ingrained in their subconscious mind. It's ingrained in their biology. It's ingrained in their DNA. If you actually think about it, it is that deep. Women are attracted to men who display a higher level of survival.
Yeah, there's in biology, the purpose of life on a biological level is survival, don't die. And reproduction, which means reproduce, because one day you will die and you want to leave your legacy behind. You know, so you're right. Attraction is not a choice. It's hardwired in all of our biology. So, for example, if me and you are sitting here and then a beautiful woman walks in the door, you know, she's healthy, she's got curves, you know, she's very physically beautiful.
Yeah, we both want her.
We're both going to be attracted.
100%.
Immediately. We're just like, oh, wow. Now, if we're both females and then a guy walks in who's famous, who's wealthy, who's physically attractive, let's say Jeff Bezos, who's not even that physically attractive. He's pretty jacked now, but he's an old man.
Is.
But he's the richest man in the world. I don't care if he walks in the room. Most females will be attracted or at least intrigued as to like, who is that? What does he do? You know, because his survival value is so freaking high, you know? And on the opposite, each gender is kind of attracted to different things.
100%.
So men are attracted to a female's reproduction value, which means if she has nice hips,
Their body.
childbearing hips.
Yep.
You know, big breast, which all girls get breasts done, is because, you know, it's a biological thing. Like they could take care of my child, feed him. Their hair is long and beautiful. They're healthy. They're beautiful. They can make me healthy, beautiful babies.
Yep.
You know, and it's not a choice. It's just like a beautiful woman walks in, everyone's going to be attracted. That's a man. I don't care.
Attraction is not a choice.
80 years old or 16 years old. Once you've hit puberty, it's going to happen.
Yep.
And now a female is attracted to a man's survival value, you know, and in today's day, survival means finances. You know, the more income you have, the higher your survival value is. You know, you can provide a safer home. You know, you can provide a better lifestyle. You have more influence. You can align yourself with different people that'll protect you and provide for you. You know, so yes, attraction isn't a choice, but you do have control over your life. You know, so if you're not the healthiest person, you could get in better shape.
You have choice over creating a more attractive avatar.
Exactly. This is the Matrix, and you can change your avatar at will. If you don't like certain aspects of your life, you have the ability to stand up and move.
Yep.
You know, but the first thing that happens is you have to have desire to change your circumstances. The problem with most people is that they don't have enough pain in their life to move and to change their circumstances. I'm sure you heard this story many times, but I'm going to tell it to our audience. There's a story about, it could be any animal, really. Let's say it's a dog. You know, there's a dog that's howling and crying and howling, crying 3 a.m, crying, howling. And, you know, people are calling the police station like, man, there's this dog howling on the porch. He's been howling for the past 3 hours. He doesn't shut up. So the cops show up to the guy's house. They knock on the door. They see the dog barking and they say, what's up with your dog, man? He's been crying for the last 3 hours. We've been getting all these reports. And they say, oh, well, he's sitting on a nail. And they're like, well, why doesn't he just get up and move?
Yep.
And he says, well, I guess it doesn't hurt him bad enough. And that's most people today. They bitch and complain and they bitch and complain. I can't find the right man. I can't find the right woman. I don't make enough money. I hate where I live. I hate my car. I hate this. I don't like that. But they just don't do shit.
Yeah.
They sit on that nail and they howl and they cry.
100%.
So once you realize, I don't want this anymore, this is the life that I want, you have to make a plan and go after it every single day.
Yep.
And through time, you can change your life. You can change your circumstance.
You know, I want to go back to what you said about the Jeff Bezos example. Yeah. So, hey, what you were saying right now a minute ago, you were talking about Jeff Bezos, right? So, like, for instance, if Jeff Bezos, whatever the fuck his name is, if he walks in a room, women are instantly, whether they agreed or not, they're going to, on some biological level, going to be attracted, right?
What about Donald Trump?
Same thing. Same exact thing. And
that's
the reason,
that thick love, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's not even about looks. It's not even about looks. What women are attracted to are not the same as what men are attracted to. It's just not.
That's funny you say that because I've said this to many, many people before.
Yeah, and they want to argue and shit.
I'd be like, imagine, all right, let's say you're a female, right? Let's pretend.
Okay, let's pretend.
Let's pretend you're a female. And I say, hey, Christina, I know you've been looking for a boyfriend or to go out on dates. I have a friend. He's single. He's like 6'5". He's got a 6-pack abs. He's tall, dark, and handsome. Super good looking. You're going to be interested, but in the back of your head, you're thinking, well, what does he do?
What does he do?
What does he do?
Yep.
What is it, you know? And I say, but, you know, he's a bum. He lives at home with his mom. He's a pothead, plays video games all day long. He has no ambitions.
He's a fucking loser.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to say, no, thanks. I pass on that.
Well, hold on. Depending on how he looks, she might have some fun and fuck him.
That's true.
But she knows this ain't going to go anywhere. He's not up to my standards that I would actually submit to him, follow him in life, and have his children. That's not what she's looking to do.
Yeah.
Not on a conscious level at all. But if he's attractive, she might just have some fun.
Yeah.
Now, on men, on the other hand, I like the example you just gave us.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say the next example is, now I'm talking to Chris and I say, hey Chris, let's pretend you're single looking for a girl. I say, hey man, I got this girl for you. She's super ambitious. She's a leader of men and women. She's got this badass Ferrari. She's got a mansion. Dude, she's a boss.
Let me finish. Let me be the other person to ask the question.
All right, cool.
Okay. You all hear what he just said? Say it one more time. Let's replay this. Go ahead.
Hey Chris, I know you've been looking to go out on a date, bro. I'll hook you up with my friend. She wants to go on dates, and bro, she's a boss. She has her own business. She's a leader. She's got this huge mansion, super nice Ferrari that she just bought. She's a boss, bro.
For everybody watching, you know what every man is thinking right now? How does she look?
Well, she's about 200 pounds over, clinically, morbidly obese, and she's balding, and her teeth are missing out, and she's not in really great shape, but she's a boss.
You know what every man is thinking right now? No, thank you. As a matter of fact, fuck no, thank you. How about that? Okay? So this idea, thank you for that, because this idea that, oh yeah, men really want independent bad bitches. No, we don't. No, we fucking don't. You want an independent bad bitch who don't fucking listen to you and don't fucking, she's like, I don't need you. She fucking wakes up every day and goes on her Instagram and reminds you, I don't need you. Is that what you want?
No.
Okay. Yeah. No man wants that shit. No man. So you have been totally brainwashed into thinking that that's what men want. Men don't want that. It's so funny when I hear women talk about, I know what I bring to the table. What the fuck do you bring to the table of relationships? Well, it's because I make a lot of money. I know, but you're fat.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't nice, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Men are attracted to something entirely different than women are attracted to. And most women today, they've never taken the time to educate themselves on what a man is actually looking for. And the interesting thing is this. Sorry to cut you off, but I'm gonna let you talk. The interesting thing is this: is that because women have been totally brainwashed into thinking that a man. Here's the interesting thing, okay? Women who think this way, all of them are single.
Yeah.
Every single one that I know that thinks the way that I'm talking about, they're all fucking single. They don't have relationships.
Yeah.
They
don't last long.
That doesn't mean that they don't sleep around. Because men are men. They're going to sleep with whatever the fuck they can get.
Yeah.
But none of them are in an actual relationship where they respect a man, they follow a man, they submit to a man, and the man is doing better than them in life. Now, do you think that that's a coincidence? The answer is no, it's not. Because a man who's more successful than you is not looking for the traits that you're displaying. A man who is more successful than you, a man who makes, let's say, $500,000 a year, has his shit going for him, is successful, is healthy, he works out, he's disciplined, he's committed. I don't think women understand. He's not looking for a woman. He's not looking for a woman who is ambitious. Like, he doesn't give a shit about that. He's not looking for a woman who's about her career. He really doesn't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
He's not. And newsflash, this is going to hurt some feelings, and people are going to go, I don't fucking like what he said. That's why you're single.
That's funny.
That's exactly why you're single. And I'm not trying to be, at this point, I don't care if you're a dick, but the stats show that I'm right.
Yeah.
A man who's worth it is not looking for that. He's not. And so these women that have been tricked into, you got to be all about your bag, be an independent bad bitch. All this, first of all, all this ghetto language that you have learned from the hip hop community, it's all ghetto. That shit is ghetto. It's, you got to be about your bag. I'm getting my bag, girl. I'm chasing my bag. I'm an independent bad bitch. That shit is so ghetto. And then they talk like this and they talk like fucking baboons and they wonder why they don't get a man. And then when they do get a man, they sleep with the man. They sleep with the wrong fucking man who was with them because they were looking at being taken care of. Which, that ain't even a man.
Yeah.
He was just born fucking male. He ain't a man.
That's funny. Born male.
Yes or no?
I agree. I was going to say something. I'm trying to remember what my...
say it, dog. Say it.
What was I thinking? You took me out of my frame of thought with your speech. I agree with what you say, but I was thinking of something. I can't remember. Dang, yeah, I had something important to say too. Don't you hate when that happens?
It never happens to me.
You never lose your train of thought?
Never, bro. I've never in 29 years ever lost my train of thought. Never forgot anything. I'm just fucking A1 all the time. Now this is toxic masculinity.
I love it. Okay, I think I remember now what I was going to say. No, I don't. Fuck.
Don't worry. Let me pick up from here, fellas.
All right, brother. Take it over until I remember.
Listen, let me go on my rant again, okay? Once again, let me remind the audience here today. I love women. I love how women smell. I love how women look. I love their soft skin. I love their long, luscious hair. I love their little soft voice. No, seriously, I'm being dead serious right now, man. Okay? So don't mistake what I'm saying. Go, oh, man, that motherfucker hate women. No, I don't hate women. But we're talking about relationships, and I see a lack of people talking about the truth today in 2022.
Yeah. And
I also see, I paid attention to some of the podcasts, the people that speak about, male and female dynamics. And, even them, most of, if not all of them, except one that I've shouted out here, they are all fucking up. They all sound like they hate women, and I'm not going to name no podcast. I'm not going to name them, but there's a lot of women, there's a lot of men out there that are now speaking about this on YouTube, but it's like they go overboard. They're speaking like it sounds like they do hate women. It's kind of like women don't mean shit and women don't matter. That is not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Women mean a lot to me. They mean a lot to you. If you think about, okay, check this out. I'm going to be as real and as transparent as I ever have been on the camera.
Let's hear it.
Okay. The one thing that has inspired me my whole life is to attract more women.
Yeah.
Now that's so, like, you heard that and you were like, yeah, no, duh. Okay. The audience, they're used to hearing other shit. I want to take care of my mom and I want to do this and I want to take care of the kids in Haiti and blah, 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 blah. Listen, right?
Yeah.
That's all noble shit. If any man is being honest with you, his main source of inspiration is he just wants power. He wants to be the man. And what comes with power is the attraction of women. We don't want the car.
Yeah.
Because if everybody had a fucking Ferrari, doesn't mean shit now. So why do we want the Ferrari then? Because it's a status of power.
Yeah.
And once again, it goes back to what? Survival and replication. So what are women hardwired to be attracted to? Survival.
Right.
Now, we don't live in caveman days. We live in 2022, the new society. So we are not bombarded with threats of who's going to club us over the head.
Yeah.
And being eaten by a fucking jaguar in the fucking jungle.
Yeah.
What we are now, we live in a time where, am I going to be rich or am I going to be poor? So why do you want a rich man? Because he displays a higher level of survival. And I despise society today because society has also created this phrase, ready? Gold digger.
Yeah.
That's actually a stupid fucking phrase. That's stupid. You are now, if you call a woman a gold digger, what you're doing is you're faulting her for literally acting on on her biological needs.
Yeah.
And now there's women. Check this out. This is, once again, it's just a circle that fucking goes around and around, right? So now you have women who are like, I don't want to be a gold digger. I got to go chase my bag. I got my own shit. And then they make $700,000 a year and they're fucking single and unhappy because they don't have a man to go home to.
Yeah.
You see, so it's a fucked up situation. It's not even the woman's fault. It's not.
Yeah.
It's whoever the fuck has been brainwashing women and brainwashing men.
Yeah.
You look at men today, men are so fucking feminine. It's ridiculous.
Skinny jeans and
bro, how about this one? I don't get it. If there's people watching, I don't give a fuck. Okay, listen. If you wear suits and you look like you're wearing fucking high waters with no socks, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
It's French, bro.
You know what that is? This is, once again, toxic masculinity.
Let's hear it.
It's fucking gay. That's what that is. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, who told you that shit looks good? It looks stupid. It looks stupid, dude. Yeah. We live in a time where men have become feminine and women. Now, check this out. Once again, I don't hate women. I'm actually fucking defending women here. If you listen to what I'm saying,
yeah.
Women have had no choice but to become masculine because men today have become emasculated and they're not fucking stepping up and doing what they do. So now you have a whole bunch of women who have had to say, well, fuck, dude, I got to step up and do what I got to do.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
What's the answer?
The answer
What's
to what?
the solution to this epidemic of weak men and women that are in their masculine?
Okay.
Because it's leading to, like we said, everyone being unhappy. Divorce rates are through the roof.
Yep.
You know, I'm one of the statistics. And most people are not happy in the relationship that they are in. And it's very rare to find someone that's truly in a happy relationship.
Yep.
So what's the answer? How do you balance, running a business, going after your purpose, and having the right partner in your life? Because everybody out there is resonating with what you're saying, but they're saying, what the fuck's the answer? There's a bunch of pussy-ass men out there, and there's a bunch of women that don't know what to do. And, to be honest, we're not taught. No one's taught. No. We're not taught in school how to make money. We're not taught about relationships. We're very, very, very minuscule when it comes to our health. So we're unhealthy. We're unhappy in our relationships. We're not making any real significant income to provide the lifestyle that most of us want and have the freedom that we want. But at the end of the day, we're all the same in the sense where we want to have a connection with someone where we're both truly happy. We all want to be financially independent and free. We all want to be healthy, but the world around us is not giving us the tools and the equation on how to make that happen. We all want the same thing in our own way. So I hear what you're saying, and I agree with everything you're saying, but what is the answer?
Here's my take on the answer, okay? Here's what I believe is the answer. We live in a dangerous time because if you speak out today, like I'm speaking today, like, look, I'm very well aware that this is going to be recorded. This is being recorded, I should say. This is going to get posted. I'm not going to tell Annabelle, don't post this, bro. Post this. Now, the problem is in 2022, listen, there's people that have a platform that is 500 times bigger than mine. But they're too afraid to say what I'm saying, even though they agree with it.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because there's this stupid fucking thing called cancel culture today. And you can be canceled, right? So first of all, let's talk about that. How do you overcome cancel culture? It's simple. You just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You can't cancel somebody who doesn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Oh, well, it's going to affect your business because you've dropped 89 F words in your podcast. I don't give a fuck. That's 80. That's 90. You got that?
That's 91.
Okay. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the first thing. Second thing is, kind of leads to my next point, is that people today, they need to speak up. We have men who believe in what I'm saying right now, because they know it's the truth. But they hold their tongue because they're afraid of the backlash. Now, think about, for a second. everything I've said so far, okay, everything I've said so far, if you're a sane, healthy person, maybe you don't like my F words, right? And I could have delivered it differently, but you agree with what the fuck I'm saying. So why are you not talking about this? Why are people that are successful and have a platform, how come they're not talking about this? Because they're afraid. So what is the solution? We need real men to step up today in 2022, and they need to speak about this, and they need to say what is true and what is real. I think that's where it starts. That's where it starts, because we have to overthrow the movement of what's going on today with the feminist movement and the fucking LGBT, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, listen, I'm not homophobic. I don't care who you fuck, okay? I don't care who you love. It doesn't matter to me. It really sincerely doesn't matter to me. Okay? But that movement is like a whole nother monster.
Yeah.
Now they're going into kindergarten and trying to teach kindergarten. Like, why are we trying to teach kids about sexuality to begin with? I have a daughter. She's 1 year old. I don't want my daughter to be 5 years old in a classroom learning about any type of sexuality. Not homosexuality, not heterosexuality. I don't give a shit what kind of sexuality is. It's not necessary.
Yeah. Like kids be kids.
It's not fucking necessary. Why are we talking to kids about sex? So once again, you don't have to like the way I'm delivering it. I don't care. I don't like the way he cusses. Get past that. You're an adult. And listen to what I'm saying. And we need more people to have courage. Now, why do I speak about this? Why do I put myself out there? Because what I hope to inspire is the next man to be like, hey, that fool did it. I'm going to do it too.
Yeah.
Because we need more men. Going back to your question, we need more men to step up today and speak about what is real. And stop going along with this stupid fucking show. And stop giving into this bullshit. And stop being quiet for I don't want to get canceled. You can't cancel me. There's no way you can cancel me. Okay? You just can't, because I don't give a shit. I don't care. Right? And so I think that's the first thing.
Yeah.
Then it's going to inspire other people. It's going to inspire women to then go, whoa, I like what they're saying. Because there's a lot of women. I know for a fact. There's going to be a lot of women who listen to this podcast, this particular episode, and they're going to resonate with this and be like, I really like what he said. Because it's true. Because they know from a fucking, from a DNA standpoint, like that shit is real.
Yeah.
And I think that's my solution. I think that's the solution. We need more men to speak up. We need leaders in the world. We need men to be men. We need women to be women. And we need to overthrow this clown show that is going on in 2022. That's really what I believe.
Yeah.
And then I think people are going to start finding happiness. I really believe that, because I don't care if you make $1 million a year. If you're lonely, you're not happy. Stop fucking lying.
Yeah.
You're not happy.
It's a miserable place to be alone.
Yeah, with $1 million. Oh, well, I'm a fucking millionaire. Yeah, I know. But you don't have sex. Fucking loser.
That's funny.
And the guy who's living on his mom's couch, he's having sex because he knows how to game. You know what I mean? Like, what? No, and look, and any man who says otherwise, you're a liar. You're lying. You are lying. And you're lying because you think that this gives you like some type of nobility to women. This is what we call white knights.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking white knights out there.
Well, they think that if they stand up and they speak up for whatever they feel is being oppressed, that they're going to get some in the end.
Let me reword what you just said.
Go for it.
White knights think that if they speak against men on behalf of women, that they're going to get more pussy.
You said it the right way.
Yeah, I know. You're like being PC the whole podcast, bro. But that's the truth. Yeah. That's 100% the truth. White knights, all you fucking white knights are going to watch this shit later. You white knights, you think, I'm going to speak against Chris because Chris is, oh my God, that's toxic man. Listen, if you're a man using the phrase toxic masculinity, you should go chop your balls off tonight. What's wrong with you?
I don't think I've ever used that word against anyone.
You shouldn't. What the fuck? Like, you're a man. How do I look as a man telling another man, oh my God, you have toxic masculinity, dude? Like, what's wrong with you? You have no masculinity. That's why you're talking about that. That's just weird. So that's a white knight. You know, white knights are the guys that try to manipulate women by telling them that the other man is so bad, and I'll be your shoulder to cry on. Fucking loser.
Yeah, it's a snake move from weak men, and they're everywhere.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, I think that's the solution. I think people need to speak up. I think men need to be men,
Right.
and I think that I really sincerely believe that if we have more men acting like men, women will be comfortable to be women.
I agree. I think it's a lack of leadership on our part.
Yeah.
Of standing up and actually speaking out without being afraid, like you said, of being canceled. And we are living in a weird time where everything seems like upside down. You know, men are trying to be women and women are trying to be men, and it's a weird time. So it feels like everyone's just like fighting.
Yeah.
You know, no one's happy, everyone's fighting. And I agree, if we go back to our roots and truly do what our biology is meant to do, then we would be a lot happier and be in a better place.
Yeah. I think women are not to blame. I talk a lot of shit, but women are not to blame. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
A woman is only going to adapt to her environment and to the people that are around it.
Yeah. And I mean, I can only speak for myself. You know, there's been times where I have not been in my masculine and has led to relationships not working out. And I can go back and I could pinpoint exactly what I did wrong that caused that relationship to fail.
Yep. Me too.
Know? And I'm sure most people, if they were to take the time and really be, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't sugarcoat shit. You know, look at yourself in the mirror and say like, fuck, I suck at this, I suck at that, let me work on it. You know, and from my experience, you know, well, I'll ask you this. What do you think makes a relationship work?
Well, number one, I believe the yin and yang, men being masculine, women being feminine. No, what does that mean once again? Men leading, being strong, penetrating the world, and women being soft, submissive, and nurturing. Yeah. You know, I think that's where it starts. Number two, trust. I've learned that. I've learned that through, by the way, everything I've learned, I got to credit AZD once again.
Yeah.
I have to. No way around it. Trust. You got to have trust. Without trust, there's no relationship.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just too, it's okay. If you don't trust somebody, right? I mean, you would trust somebody that is you would consider a real friend. And I think that when people get into relationships, they stop being friends. And they have this weird, what's the word I'm looking for? They have this weird idea that, you know, they put these labels, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, but they stop being friends. And I think you need to continue being friends. I think you need to continue relating to each other. This is what I've learned. You need to relate to each other. You need to, but each person has a role. You know, a man has his role, a woman has her role. And I think that is, they need to understand. See, men need to take the time to understand what women really want, what they're attracted to. And women need to take the time to understand what a man wants and what he's really attracted to. And then instead of going into the relationship with the question of, so what are you going to do to make me happy? I think you should go into the relationship with, what do I need to do to make you happy? Because if both people go into the relationship with the exact same, with that philosophy, what do I need to do to make you happy? Then both needs are being met.
Yeah.
But that's not what's happening today. Trust is not happening today. Men are acting like women. Women are acting like men. And they're going into relationships and they're not concerned with, how do I fulfill the other person? They're concerned with, how do you fulfill me? And you have two people not taking action and just expecting.
Yeah. That is 100% correct. You know, most relationships are that way. You know, from my experience, I think there's three things that need to be congruent or, you know, working in order for a relationship to work out. You know, you talked about this, but one of them being loyalty. Yeah. You know, being committed to each other and being for each other. And most relationships do have that. especially if they're married, they're loyal to each other. They're for each other.
Can I ask you real quick?
Yeah.
What does loyalty mean to you?
Loyalty? It means someone that's for you and not against you. And everything that you do, they have your back.
Is that what it means?
To me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked that question because most people, would you agree with this statement? Most people, they think of the word loyalty as, when they use faithful and loyalty kind of in the same realm,
Yeah.
it's basically like you're not going to be with another person.
Oh, you're talking about like a physical thing.
Well, that's how most people use it. So I'm just using it the way I've heard most people use it.
Yeah. No, when I say loyalty, I'm talking about someone that is for your purpose, your cause, your passion, is for you. Whatever you do, they have your back. And it not necessarily has to be a sexual thing. Like, I'm loyal to you as a business partner, as a friend, as, a colleague. I'm for you. I have your back. If we were to go to battle right now, you don't have to worry. I'm right there next to you. And anyone that's against us has a reckoning,
Yeah.
So loyalty is not a sexual thing. It's not a physical thing. It's more than that. It's also can be physical, but I'm talking about in a bigger sense.
Okay, so I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get hella controversial.
Let's go.
Okay. Okay, you're a man. I'm a man.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? What is your take on loyalty and faithfulness, quote unquote, when it comes to male and female dynamics? Do you think it's the same?
Explain a little bit more your question. Be a little bit more direct.
So look, I've been with a lot of women, and every woman I've ever been with, once I start understanding, one of the first questions I ask them is this: hey, do you believe that if a man had the opportunity to cheat, he would? What do you think the overwhelming answer is by every woman?
Yes.
The answer is always yes.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting that most women believe they already know about the opposite sex. If he had the chance, he would be with another woman.
Yeah.
So, most relationships that I've seen, they don't end up working out because the man, is with another woman or multiple women, and then he gets caught.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay, and so then you have women who are jaded, they're hurt, they're like, "Oh my God,"
Yeah, they felt they're cheated.
Right? I'm cheated.
And,
I've been lied to. There you go.
They were what's the word I'm looking for? Betrayed.
Okay.
Their trust was betrayed.
There you go. So let's deal with this. Let's get into this.
Okay.
Okay. Are men hardwired to be with one woman?
On a biological level, no. And this has been scientifically proven that we are, yes, we're human, but we're also a species of a primate. We're mammals, and the male species is hardwired to want to reproduce with as many females as he possibly can, which is why we literally produce in our testes millions and millions of billions of sperm, which means a bunch of kids. Now a female only produces one egg. And they're more hardwired to be aligned with one man, because once they get pregnant, they can't be running around doing anything crazy. They're nurturing a child. They need to be with a strong male figure that can protect them, provide for them, provide a home. Now the man is different, biologically speaking. Now there's biology, and then there's social constructs. We have, as a society, kind of made monogamy the norm, and you're talking about polygamy or polyamorous relationships where either both partners or one partner is with multiple women, or the females with multiple men, and that's a thing. But biologically speaking, men want to be with multiple women, and not saying that they all are. A lot of men are. A lot of them are not. The muddy waters to me is with people that are deceptive. They lie, they cheat, they steal, and they go around their whole life just creating destruction. You know, the true man is someone who's genuine in who he is and has accepted himself and has his own code of ethics and is providing for the world and those around him. You know, so I see where you're going with this. And I agree, biologically speaking, men are hardwired to want to be with multiple women. You know, they could be 1,000% committed to their wife or to their partner, whoever it is. But same thing, when another female walks in that's very attractive, their mechanism, it clicks and it goes off.
Yeah.
You know, and for females on a biological level, it's not really the same. You know, once they are pair bonded to a man that they believe is providing the security, the safety, everything that they've ever wanted, they are committed to that one man.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to be with anyone else.
Yep.
That's from my personal experience and also just from my understanding of biology, social dynamics, human interaction, psychology. And I've studied quite extensively on this subject, so I have an idea of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know, and there's gonna be a lot of women that watch this, and they're gonna be they're gonna be enraged right now.
Yeah.
I can't believe the toxic masculinity. Are you saying that it's okay for men to be with multiple women?
Well, look, I mean, I'm talking about biology, and I'm talking about social dynamics, and I'm talking about, truth. I mean, you look at the Bible, people that are Christian and religious. I mean, most of the Bible leaders are all, polyamorous. They had multiple wives, most leaders in the world have all had multiple wives, kings. Now, again, the muddy waters, the negative aspect of that is it can be negative, to be honest. If I'm being 100% honest, if it's a man that's just going around creating destruction, leaving a bunch of children with no male figure to raise them, not providing for them, not providing safety and security for their family, and is just pretty much a scumbag. There are a lot of scumbag men out there that all they do is they just lie, cheat, steal. They take whatever they can from everyone around them, and they provide no value to this world. On the other hand, if you're a true man in his masculine, any woman that's in your life, your job is to provide and protect for them and to provide a better life than if they were not with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe that there's, and this is a deep conversation that we have to go into. It's funny that you brought this up, but
you know what? If we didn't bring this up, then we'd be fucking cowards. We have to bring this up.
Yeah.
Because this right here is the money. This is what people are really going to tune into. Because this is such a quote unquote controversial conversation. It's only controversial because you've been lied to your whole fucking life. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Let me comment on what you said. Okay. I agree with 1,000% of what you said. 100. Look. Okay. I already know the argument on the other side. So then why is it bad that women are with multiple men? Hey, I'm not saying it bad or good. I don't give a shit what you do.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have to ask you one question. Here's my question. Drop your ego for a minute. Okay, drop the bullshit and answer this one question from your heart. As a woman, do you really desire to be with multiple men?
If they're being honest, most women would say no.
The answer is no.
Yeah.
Most women, majority, a generalization, they say no. I don't have a desire to be with multiple men. I don't want that. Ugh, that's disgusting. I don't want to do that. I want one man that I can give my body to, give my heart to, give my mind to. Okay? Great. That's what most women will say. If you ask the same question to the average man, do you have a desire to be with multiple women? They're going to tell you, abso-fucking-lutely.
If they're being honest.
If they're being honest. If they're being honest, absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, here's my rule of thumb. Here's how I know how to trust a man. When I ask him, hey, you want to be with multiple women? And they go, no, not me, because they're in a relationship. I go, I can't trust you because you're fucking lying to me. And you have no reason to lie to me.
Yeah.
Like there's zero reason to lie to me. Why are you lying to me? You're a liar and I can't trust you. If you can't even tell me the truth from one man to it's crazy because as men, we have an understanding of each other, like a biological understanding of each other.
Yeah.
So when men lie about that shit to another man, that's when red flag, you can't trust that guy. He'll lie to you, he'll lie to his mother, he'll lie to his girl, he'll lie to everybody. It is what it is. And we live in the Western society where monogamy has been basically pushed on everybody, and it's the way to live. And if you don't live that way, then shit, you're a piece of shit. But okay, let me ask you a question for everybody who thinks, oh, you're a piece of shit if you're not monogamous. Then why are you single? Yeah. Because the last guy cheated on you, and the guy before that cheated on you, and the guy before that cheated on you, and the next guy, guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna cheat on you too. And guess what you do? You go through your life going, there's no real man. No, they're actually really being men. That's the thing. Now, what I do not condone, and you talked about it, here's where your words, muddy water. This is what I'm on camera. Here's what I do not condone. I do not condone a man lying about it. You go, well, how does that change anything? Because at least he's giving you the opportunity to pick and choose what you want. And when you talk about cheating, what's cheating? Is it cheating really is a man cheating being with another woman? I mean, shit. No. The answer is no. A man cheating derives from a man creating a false reality for you and then living an entirely different life. Doing something that he's not telling you what he's doing. It's like if you and I were playing poker right now.
Yeah. And
you had a set of cards and I had a set of cards, but you did not know that under the table I got some other cards. I'm hiding this shit from you.
Yeah.
That's cheating. And that's the reality. Now here's the then why is it not okay that women can? I never said that. I never said that. If a woman wants to be with multiple men, we're in America. You are more than welcome to. Yeah. Now, disclaimer. If you're a woman and you are sleeping with multiple men, don't be surprised when nobody wants to actually wife you up and take care of you. Don't be surprised. I didn't make the fucking rules. Don't get mad at me. That's nature. That's society.
Yeah.
But nobody's saying you can't do it.
Yeah.
That's always the argument. Oh, would you be okay if you're a girl? Look, I got a girl. Would I be? Ask me the question. Would you be okay?
Let me ask you the question.
Go ahead.
Christopher, would you be okay with your girl being with other men?
No, absolutely 1,000% no.
Why?
Why? Because here's why. Myself and no other man is attracted to that.
That's true.
It's actually a big turnoff. Would I have, check this out. Ask me, well, would you still have sexual relationships with her?
Would you still have sexual relations with her?
I would. Now, would I take care of her, provide for her, protect her? Would I do all that? The answer is no. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. Oh, wow, that's so whatever you want to call it, right? But that's nature. That's just reality. And any man who's saying otherwise is lying to you. He's fucking lying. Am I saying, hey, by the way, you should ask me this question. So your girl can't be with other men?
Can your girl be with other men?
She can do whatever the fuck she wants to do. Straight up. She can do whatever she wants to do. She's not my slave. She's not held hostage. She can do whatever she wants to do. She's a grown adult and she can make her own decisions. Now, you go have a conversation with her and you go ask her, do you want to be with other men? And she'd probably look at you like, you're fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
By the way, that's why I'm with her.
Yeah.
Now, ask me, ask Annabelle, ask any man. Do you want to be with multiple women? Yeah, the answer is yes. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that.
You slut.
Right? It is what it is. It's the truth. I don't know. Don't blame me. Fucking blame whoever created me.
God.
That's how we were created.
Yeah.
There's a piece of us that is an animal. That's just the facts. Does that mean that every man is going to act on his urges? No. No, there's some men that don't act on their urges. That's totally fine. The truth, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The reality of the fact that men and women do not operate the same. They weren't created the same. They don't have the same desires. So the argument of, well, why can't it be equal? It can if you wanted to, but you're going to be very unhappy.
Yeah.
You're going to be unhappy because the reality is men, if they're being honest, but we live in a time where most men are very, very, very pussified and they don't want to be honest. They're going to tell you, no, that's not true, honey. I can't wait to see what couples are going to watch this. And then the man's going to be like, that's not true, baby. That's not true at all.
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is. He's lying to you. He's lying to you because how do I know that? Why am I so certain of that? Because he's a man and I'm a man and I understand it on a biological level.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean that he does act on his urges? No, it doesn't mean that. Not every man actually does that. Not every man can because they don't have the options.
Yeah.
Okay? That's just the reality. But if he had the opportunity, he would. Now, the argument is, well, why can't women do it? You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, but don't be upset about the consequences.
Yeah.
Don't be upset because no man actually wants to take care of you because you've opened your legs to every fucking man in the city. You can do whatever you want. It's entirely up to you. But then you got to deal with the consequences that no man actually takes you serious. You know what's interesting? Check this out. Women don't realize they're attracted to men who other women want.
Yeah, it's called pre-selection.
Yep. Think about it. You look at an actor, a rap artist, rock stars. They're known for being what? For being playboys. They sleep with multiple women.
And then women are still attracted to that.
And women are attracted to that. But God forbid you're a fucking man who works at the fucking warehouse. God forbid your man does it. The only reason you don't allow your man to do it, quote unquote, allow, the only reason you're not okay with your man doing that is because your man in your eyes isn't valuable enough. Yeah. 100% facts. But if you got with Drake and you fucking know Drake is sleeping with fucking as many women as he wants, and you will gladly fall in line and be like, but I get it, it's Drake.
Yeah.
See? Now, when it's of that status, your insecurities and your rationale goes out of the window, and your biology kicks in. Because what? Look at the fucking status this guy has. I mean, how else did fucking what's his name? Hugh Hefner pull off what he pulled off?
Because he is Hugh Hefner.
See, and here's the deal. Why is it totally look, check this out. I've had this conversation with my mother. and my mom was like, oh, fucking like I'm blasphemy, right? Like, I can't believe you're saying this.
Yeah. That must have been an interesting conversation.
Very interesting, dude. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And so my mom knows exactly where I stand. Right? But here's the interesting thing. When I brought up Hugh Hefner, the fact that he was 90 some years old with I don't know how many girlfriends. Yeah. She totally accepted it. Well, that's Hugh Hefner. Okay. Why is it okay for him, but it's not okay for me? There's no rational answer to that.
Yeah. Outside of
he has more status.
Yeah, he created that image.
There you go. He has more. It's crazy. My mom just texted me. That's I swear to God, dude, that's crazy. She's hearing this right now. She heard
you speaking. That's funny.
Hey, look, my mom. I'm gonna read this on live. This touched me.
Let's hear it.
Thank you for being the man that you are. This is from my mom. Thank you for being the man that you are. I am so blessed to have you in my life and by my side. Just want you to know how much I appreciate and love you, Red Heart. That's random.
That's funny.
That was my mom.
That's crazy. We were talking about her and she just wrote you
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation on a whole nother day.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so anyways, that goes back to what I'm saying, bro. It's like, it is what it is, man. And I'm going to say it and I'm going to speak it and I'm going to live it. I don't hide nothing from my girl.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding and I'm not lying.
Yeah.
And she has the choice to stay with me or leave. Nobody's holding her hostage. And she also has a choice to do whatever she wants to do in her life. But if you fucking geniuses, you Albert Einsteins out there should think to yourself, that's interesting. Why is it that how did she come to the terms that she's accepting that of however he lives? How does she come to the terms of how he lives? How does she, hold on, let me rephrase that. How does she accept the way that he lives? Because she's also been lied to, manipulated, and hurt by other fucking men who have lied. And they're all going to do it. They're all going to do it. So either you're going to be honest or you're going to lie.
Yeah.
So this is going to turn off a lot of people. And I don't give a shit.
I don't think so.
But this is going to turn on a lot of people. It's going to do both, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think, again, when you stand up and you're outspoken in what you believe in, you're going to have people that are going to be against you and people that are for you. And you are creating the life that you want as you go through your journey. And if you're being honest with yourself, that's all you're doing. And nobody can hate on that. You know, they can hate on you and you know, if you don't like what you're hearing, go hear something else.
100%.
You know, but if you enjoy what you're hearing, you resonate with it, and you want to align, then you're going to be part of the movement, you know. And the whole purpose of this podcast, you know, coming from me, was to help people along their journey. And I know that relationships, intimate relationships, is one of the biggest hurdles that most people have when it comes to finding true happiness, you know, because I have dealt with it. I have been in really bad places before, and most of them have been because of relationships, either because, one, I was depressed because I couldn't attract anyone, or I was in a relationship and it wasn't what I wanted and I was unhappy, or, you know, it was a bad relationship, or even with friends and family, I've had some turmoil, you know. So learning how to maneuver through this world and how to align with the right people and have meaningful relationships is crucial for everyone to be happy and find success. You know, and just to touch back on, you know, what I was talking about before, I said there's three things to make a relationship work. One is loyalty, which we touched on. The other one is intimacy. You know, intimacy is also not a sexual thing. It's having the ability to be 100% honest with a person and tell them your actual feelings and your thoughts. Most people, when you talk to them, say, "Hey, how's it going?" "Good. How you been?" "I'm doing all right." You don't tell them what you're actually thinking and what you're going through or what's going on in your life. But there's a couple of people in your life where you will tell them everything that's going on in your life because you're intimate with them. They could be your partner, they could be your mom, they could be your best friend. You're very intimate with them, you know, but you're not attracted to them. They're not going to be an actual, you know, an intimate relationship with them in a physical way, but you're just very, very intimate with them. The last thing I think that you need in order for a relationship to work is physical attraction. You know, so when you have loyalty, intimacy, and physical attraction, for the most part, the relationship works because you're sexually attracted to each other. You're open and honest with each other about your life and what you feel, so you're genuine, and then you're loyal. It means you're for each other. And anyone that's against what you're about, you guys are against them as well. And when one of those three things is missing, the relationship don't work, from my experience. You know, you could be 100% loyal to one person. Like, I'm 100% with you. We're married. We have a house together. We have kids together. But you guys are not intimate. You don't share anything with each other. You just live your life, and then you go to sleep on the same bed, and that's it. And then you're not very attracted to each other because you don't take care of your body, and now all you care about is just working and taking care of the kids and the household. And it's a miserable relationship. And most are like that, and they end, and not in a good way. But when you're able to align with someone that is on the same path as you, has accepted your masculinity and has accepted your leadership and has accepted you as who you are, and you're able to support each other, encourage each other, and be there for each other, then you have a partnership, something that's actually going to last long, and it's going to be beneficial for both parties. You know, and I think most people want that. They want to be happy. They want to have a partnership. They want to have a family. They want to have meaning to their life. Because again, at the end of the day, you can have all the financial success in the world, but if you don't have friends, family, partnerships, relationships to share this with, you're going to be a lonely, miserable person. And there's nothing to remedy that outside of understanding social dynamics, relationships, and people. And you're speaking your truth. I resonate with what you're saying. I agree with everything you're saying. And I also agree that there's a lack of leadership. There's a lack of men on their purpose. And yeah, most guys are liars.
Mm-hmm.
And they just betray the trust of the person they love because they're not courageous enough to speak the truth.
Yep.
And to be their genuine self.
Yep.
And again, that goes back to everyone being unhappy. So like you said, if you are 100% genuine with yourself and with those around you, that gives them the opportunity to say, I agree with what you're saying. I'll accept your leadership and I will follow you till the end.
Mm-hmm.
Or they can say, I don't accept your leadership. I don't believe in what you believe in, and I'm going to go align with someone else.
And that's totally fine.
And that's, like you said, 100% fine.
Yep.
It's not about, what's the word I'm looking for? Overpowering someone or enslaving anyone. It's about living your genuine life 100% till the end, because you only have one life.
Yep.
And I've lived in denial where, I try to live what everybody else is telling me to do, try to do what everyone else is doing just to make everyone happy. And no one is happy in the end. It leads to resentment, anger, hatred, turmoil, and ultimately failure. And that failure is what has allowed me to learn and realize that, hey, this is my life. I have the ability to control who's in it and who's not, So I would tell anyone that is watching this podcast, take some time, sit down and figure out, what do you want? That's the first thing. What do you want? What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of relationships do you want? What kind of friendships do you want? What kind of business do you want? What kind of freedom do you want? Where do you want to travel? What kind of car do you want to drive? What kind of home do you want to live in? What kind of relationship do you want to have with your mom, your dad, your friend, your dog, your neighbor? And really ruminate on that. Think about it. Get emotionally involved with the life that you want to live. And then sit back and realize where you're at now and make a plan to get to that point where you want to be. Because if you don't do that, you're just going to allow the waves of life to crash on you and you're going to fucking drown, because this life is crazy. It can be brutal. It's not all rainbows and sunshines. There's hard times, there's hard people, there's evil people, and you have to protect yourself against the wrong people and you have to align with the right people. And regardless what that is for you, it's your job to figure it out. So I appreciate everything that you're saying, because it takes courage to stand up and speak the truth of what you feel. And I know this is just, we've been talking for a while, but this is just a tiny speck of the amount of knowledge and information that we both have regarding this subject and other subjects. And as we start to interview more people, I believe we're going to impact more people. Mm-hmm. And I hope that this whatever you want to call it, movement continues to grow.
Yeah, man. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to live. I'm not. I really don't, because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you do behind the doors. I don't care.
Yeah.
I do believe the one thing. Disclaimer? I do believe, however, that men need to start stepping up, and they need to start being more ethical and more honest. And I know I'm flamboyant in the way I speak, aggressive, curse words, all that stuff, but I'm also very intelligent. And I know that. And I hope that everybody takes from this conversation the underlying message of what I'm saying here today, men need to start being men. They need to start leading. Now, in order to be a leader, you need to be honest. Number one, with yourself, and number two, with everybody else in your life.
Yeah.
And I feel like people today, men today, they're not honest and they're liars. And that's what we need to fix. And I think if we fix the men, we can fix the world, because men do lead the world. And I've seen
not according to Beyonce. Who run the world?
There you go, right? Yeah. So, yeah, let's not get into that. I've seen successful men financially hiding, sneaking, cheating. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You're still a man. And not until you can be comfortable in your own skin are you going to really be able to show people the way. That's my true belief. And so, I'm glad that I've figured that out at 29 years old. And I know I have a lot more growing to do, a lot more living to do. But this is, I love women. I love everything what women bring to the table. And as I grow older, you know what I realize? I've learned, this is sounding weird, but it's not weird at all. I have come to admire, respect, and love a real man even more as I grow up. That sounds weird to most people. But what I mean is, when I see a man, like a fucking man.
Yeah.
I'm not that I'm sexually attracted to the man. I'm not. But there's a certain level of admiration, love that I have for that man. Because I now know what it takes to do what that man is doing and to be how honest and ethical that man is.
Yeah.
Because in today's society, to be honest and ethical and just forthcoming and straight up, the whole world is going to come and attack you.
Yeah. It goes back to what I talked about. It takes courage.
100%. And that's why I've come to respect and love men, real men, because I understand it now. I get it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, that's my take. I've seen so many relationships break down. Doesn't matter how much money they have. Hey, man, look at Bill Gates. Bill Gates, I think last year, got a divorce with Melinda.
So did Jeff Bezos.
And Jeff Bezos, right? But Bill Gates in particular, Melinda came out and was like, I've known he's had a relationship with his ex for a long time.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. And the problem that I think women have today, I sincerely believe the problem has nothing to do with men being with other women. It has everything to do with they feel they've been lied to, cheated on, lied to, manipulated. The lying part is the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And not every woman's going to accept it, and that's fine. I don't need to be with every woman. I just need to find those that understand and agree. Like, not everybody agrees with what I do for a living. I don't care.
Yeah.
I need to find those that do understand and agree, and they're aligned with what I do. They have the same thought process. Not everybody's going to watch this podcast is going to agree with what we say. Yeah. Some of the people, I get people talking shit on me on Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
That's fine. I had a girl yesterday comment on my shit saying some dumb shit. I had no idea what she was talking about.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
You saw that? Yeah. I responded to her, trolling her ass, because look, PSA, for all the fucking people that think you're going to come troll me, you can't troll me. I'm going to troll you fucking 100 times harder, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to make you feel fucking stupid. So I invite it. Come troll me. Try it. So I responded. I got a gang of people liking my response.
Yeah.
But I guess what I know. Not everybody's going to appreciate what I'm saying. Not everybody's going to align with what I'm saying. Not everybody's going to agree with what I'm saying. And that's okay. Because the right people, they do agree with it. They do appreciate it. And I get many messages. For every one hate comment, I'll get 10 more. Be like, bro, I really appreciate you saying that. That shit was dope.
Yeah, one thing that everyone needs to understand is you don't need the whole world to be for you to be successful. Mm-hmm. You just need the right people to be for you to be successful. And success is, again, what's the word I'm looking for, Chris? It's
What?
subjective
Hmm.
to your perspective,
I agree.
you know. And to me, part of being successful is being happy and in your shoes, being happy with the person you've become because of the obstacles you've overcame, and living a true life, not having to deceive, lie, or do anything other than follow your purpose. And once you start doing that, all the right people are going to come into your life. And I know this because I have done it myself in my own life. And I'm always kind of surprised when it happens, you know. And again, we attract the people in our lives, good or bad. So it all starts with you and it all ends with you, and it's all internal. So remember what I said. Take the time, figure out what you want, and go after it.
Yep. I love it. It's been a great podcast.
I agree,
It's
brother.
been a great episode.
Yes, sir.
I've had a lot of fun. Got my shit on the table.
There we go.
And yeah, I'm ready to go home.
Me too, brother. We got some, we have a great guest coming on next week. And we actually have some really good guests coming on for the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
So you guys stay tuned. We have some major artists, comedians, entrepreneurs. We got some athletes. We got a world champion Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, also a franchise owner of a large BJJ gym chain that's going to be coming on. We have a major artist that just released a new album that's going to be coming on. We also have a successful comedian that is has a Showtime special, HBO special, Netflix special that's going to be coming on. They're going to be sharing their expertise in their field, and they're also going to be sharing their insight on how they became successful in those fields. And we're going to entertain you guys, and stay tuned. Make sure you guys follow, subscribe to our YouTube channel, our IG page, and always remember, be the best and fuck the rest.
Hey, what's up?